I just hit 75,000 subscribers, but it sucks for one reason. Don't get me wrong, I'm really pumped to reach this milestone, but my channel has kind of a weird past, and after I tell you how many subscribers I could have right now, 75,000 just won't seem like that much. When I started this channel in 2013, it was actually called Photoshop Video Academy, and as you might assume, it was geared towards Photoshop and Lightroom tutorials. I uploaded my first video in June of 2013, and almost exactly 1 year later, I had 4,834 subscribers. After a whole year of spending about 20 or 30 hours a week on content, I just didn't have the motivation or the income from YouTube to keep putting that much time into the channel. So I completely abandoned the channel, but left up all the content kind of as an archive to store everything that I had created. Fast forward 5 years and I randomly started wondering what happened to the channel, so I logged in only to find that in my complete absence it had grown to over 60,000 subscribers. I was blown away by how many people were watching my content, and I immediately started thinking of all the new possibilities that were available with that many subscribers. No matter what I've done for work, I've always liked creating my own content, so I came up with a plan to rebrand and relaunch the channel. This time I wanted to gear it more towards anything camera related, so lighting tutorials and gear reviews and basically everything that you've seen on my channel recently. Long story short, I put together a lot of Photoshop and Lightroom tutorials to relaunch the brand and try to reconnect with my subscribers before I started shifting into things that I like creating for myself. I've had the channel back up and running for about 8 months or so, and right now it's gaining about 1,000 subscribers a month, which is great. But think about where I could have been if I had just stayed a little more consistent 5 years ago. Looking back, I thought that putting in a whole year of really hard work was going to be enough to get me to where I wanted to be, but it's become really obvious that even a year is not a lot of time when you're talking about creating a significant impact on a platform like YouTube. Of course, there are going to be big personalities that get really popular really quickly, but I guarantee if you go back and look at some of your favorite followers that are now really big, you'll see that they had 2 or 3 or even more years at the point where you're probably at right now, where they just were putting out lots of content and just didn't have a lot of subscribers. At that 2 or 3 year mark, or in my case the 1 year mark, is when most people call it quits, which is unfortunate because that's really before you've even ever given yourself a real chance. Whether you're starting at 0 subscribers or picking up where you left off with 60,000 like I thought I was, the key is to really find something that you love to do. Because if you're serious about creating some kind of long-term audience, you should plan on doing whatever that is for the next 2 or 3 years and with very little to show for it. Working on projects that you really love is really the only way to sustainably put out new content. Assuming your content is any good, eventually the algorithm gods will shine upon you, and at that point you'll have an archive of quality content to fall back on, and you'll be ready to capitalize on the influx of new viewers. For those of you that subscribed to my channel way back when, I'm really thankful that you've stuck around, and if you subscribe more recently, thanks for all your support while I try to figure out exactly the direction this channel is going to go. My whole purpose in sharing this story is to kind of reiterate what a lot of people have already said, and that is that consistency is what's going to lead to success. Yes, I'm thankful for having 75,000 subscribers, it's really awesome, but to look back and think of where I could be had I stayed more consistent is really amazing. Which is funny because looking back, I really don't think my content was that good. It might sound corny, but the best time to start is right now, and similarly, the worst time to quit is before you've given yourself a real chance. And I did that and learned the hard way. I'm hoping I can make a 100,000 subscriber video by the end of this year, but that's only a possibility because of you guys. If you're not following me on social media, make sure you get on there and send me a message, because one of my favorite things about doing this is having one-on-one conversations with other creators. And I really hate asking for things, but if you do like my content, it would mean a lot if you shared it with somebody that you think might like it too. It's always really nice getting a message from someone saying that they found me through a personal recommendation. That's really it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and keep pushing forward.